Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for FinServ Now Live, presented by the Council for Inclusion in Financial Services. We're delighted to have you with us today as we kick off another insightful session. FinServ Now Live is not just another webinar series. It's our gateway to staying ahead in the dynamic world of finance, designed to equip you and your business with the latest insights and strategies. FinServ Now Live offers a platform for live interviews and engaging discussions with distinguished leaders from various sectors of the financial services industry. Today's session is particularly special as we explore the profound significance of starting with your why in every facet of your life, especially concerning your financial goals. Whether you're striving for financial independence, such as I am, or aiming to build a lasting legacy, or seeking clarity on your aspirations, understanding your why is the pivotal first step towards achieving success. To guide us through this crucial conversation, we have the honor of welcoming Christene Dino-Hobbs, founder and partner of Island Wealth Strategies, where she provides a comprehensive financial planning services for doctors, dentists, and business owners. With over 10 years of experience in the financial industry, Christene brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to our discussion on discovering the why behind our actions and decisions. She has been instrumental in guiding countless clients towards uncovering their deeper motivations and aligning their financial goals with their core values. Hi, Christene.
Hey, Deshaun, how are you?
How
Good
are you?
afternoon.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's March of 2024. Can you believe that?
It is flying by, and I need to catch up. So thank
Same.
you so much for joining us today. Before you get started, I really want our listeners to remember, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and we will answer them at the end of the presentation. So we're excited to dive into today's discussion and gain valuable insights to empower our financial futures. So, Christene, please take it away.
Thank you, Deshaun. I just want to thank you and the rest of the CIFS team. You guys do such great work. And I don't know if everyone knows that you guys are volunteers, the
Oh,
work that
yes.
you do. Yeah, so thank you so much. I just want to give you guys a hand clap and your
Thank
commitment.
you. Yes, it's important to us. So we're grateful to have someone like you to join us in our mission to bring the awareness of diversity, equity, inclusion in the financial services industry.
Of course. Thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen. So today, the reason I chose this topic, start with your why, is because I've been setting goals for a long time. So even since before college, I've been setting goals. But recently, I learned that not just setting goals, but starting with your why, because our why and our goals are really different. The why is the deep purpose in our soul that really guides everything else, like why things are important to us, who we want to be, what we want to do, what we want to have. All of those things stem from our why. Some people call it our purpose, and some people say it's our mission. But what it is it's embodied with values and the things that move us into action. And it can be a combination of our greatest desires and our greatest fears as well. So that is why I really chose this, because even in our financial planning practice, so Island Wealth Strategies, we are a fee-based fiduciary financial planning practice, which that means that we take an oath that the advice we give is only for the best interest of our clients, and our clients pay us a fee for our advice to help them accomplish their goals. We woven into our financial planning system is this very thing that I'm going to show you today, which is helping our clients identify their why. And that is really the core of it all, because we can come up with the best financial solutions, but if someone or if our clients don't tap into the deepest motivation, they're not going to take action. So if, just like Deshaun shared, if you are on your journey to really achieve your definition of financial prosperity, financial freedom, it doesn't start with budgeting. It doesn't start with opening up a brokerage account and starting to invest. It doesn't even start with a strategy that pulls all of those things together. It starts with identifying your why, because that is what's going to help you sustain those actions to the very end. All right, so if you have questions, let's let this be interactive. And if you're watching a replay of this and you can't put interactive questions in the chat, feel free to email me. I'll share my email towards the very end and would love to answer your questions. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. Who am I? Starts with my family. So who you see on the screen here, my mom, starting with the left, if you're looking at the screen, so she's wearing a pink shirt. That's my mom. And then my two girls, the one that is hugging me is Maya. The one who is taller than me behind me is Bella. So Maya's 11, Bella's 13. And then my awesome husband, Chris, who is the man with a beard. Love my family, and they are a big part of my why. So I wanted to share that first. And to show you our team at Island Wealth Strategies, who you're looking at the screen here includes our partners, the other financial advisors who are partners in our practice. My husband also works with us, and then we have our wonderful staff, from directors of financial services to our marketing specialists to our administrative team, and they are the bloodline of our entire team. We are a Forbes recognized and Forbes nominated, because you have to be nominated and then recognized team. What that means is, out of the tens of thousands of financial advisors in the state of Texas, because our headquarters is in Texas and we work with clients across the country, we are recognized to be in the top 1% of those financial advisors. And at Island Wealth Strategies, our mantra is "Here, your family." So what we really want to be known for and strive to be is a place where clients feel that they are like family to us. So I want to start our starting with your why conversation with this quote by Howard Thurman, where he says, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive." Our objective here today is, by giving you a few questions to get you started in creating your why statement, you will tap into and unleash what makes you come alive. Because if you come alive, then everything you touch will turn into gold and will prosper, including people and their lives. If you have not created before a why statement, it's really simple. It might sound overwhelming, like, what is a why statement? How do I even come up with that? In our practice, we help people not just accomplish their financial goals, but discover them. Most people, we don't really even know what our financial goals truly are. We kind of have an idea like, I want to be able to do this. I think I want to have more money. I want to do this. But the way that we really help our clients get there is we start by asking really smart questions. And we help them tap into the answers that are already inside their heart. The same thing with your why statement. You discover your why by asking yourself certain questions and then answering those. So if you're taking notes, whether you're here live or you're watching this later, grab something you either can type into, like your phone or another screen on your computer, or write down if you want to write it down. And I'm going to give you a handful of questions to get you started on creating your why statement. So after you answer these questions, I'll show you in the end how you put them all together to create a why statement. And this will guide your life. Your jobs can change, where you live can change, some of the things you like can even change, but I guarantee you your why statement, if you will be vulnerable enough to answer them truthfully, doesn't change, because it's who you are. It's your purpose. It's why you were born. First question, it seems superficial and simple, and it is, but it's important, is what do you want to have? What do you want to have? When you think about your life, what do you want to see that you have in your life? So that could include a family. That could include things, properties, items. That could include royalties, intellectual property, homes, relationships, mentors, mentees, people that you're leading, a business, if you're already a business owner, employees, specific employees. If you're single and you're looking for a special someone, that special someone, right? What do you want to have? And be really honest. No one else is going to look at your answer. What do you want to have? Next question is, who do you want to be? Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to change the world. That was a thought I've always had. I want to change the world. As I got older, I realized the best way to change the world for the good is to value people. Thank you, John Maxwell. And to add value to people. Value them and add value to them. I discovered I was very good in math. I'm a very good listener, and I'm very good at problem solving. 3 qualities that are all essential to being a great financial advisor. And then I landed in this role. That has been my mantra ever since, is to value people and add value to them, especially those closest to me, starting with my family, then in my business, my partners, the advisors, our employees, our clients, and then just everyday life. That guides my behavior. It guides my patience when I'm driving and people are being silly on the road. It guides my grace when I am calling customer service because my order for whatever it is has gone wrong. We had spring break last week, and we took our family to Colorado, and we booked an Airbnb in Colorado Springs. We were so looking forward to going. None of us have been to Colorado besides like stopovers when you're flying. And we were so excited. In Colorado Springs, we were going to do Pikes Peak and Garden of the Gods, and we were going to go see these wolves and a refugee. So we were just super excited. And I had this vision that at this house, it had a big backyard, it had a grill, that we were going to be hanging out in the backyard, looking at the mountains, grilling burgers, having fun, playing games. We did have a ton of fun, but the house was a little bit of a disappointment. When we got there, there were 4 bedrooms because my best friend came with us and my mom, and then we brought the 2 dogs and then the 2 girls and my husband. And so we were each going to have our own room. The girls were going to share their room. My mom have her room. And then my best friend have her room. My husband and I in a room with the dogs. But the room that my husband and I were supposed to stay in, reeked of dog and cat pee. It was awful. And needless to say, I was very not happy, right? And so I let the owner of the Airbnb know, and they did not respond positively at all. They were not like, "We're so sorry, oh my gosh, we're gonna refund you, we're gonna blah blah." They were not trying to help us. We were pretty much stuck. And of course, that can be very frustrating. And in that moment, I had a choice of how I was going to respond, right? If I didn't know this part of my why, of who I want to be a person who values people and adds value to them. Even the owner of an Airbnb who pretty much had a very misleading listing on Airbnb that doesn't disclose that this house was not clean. I had a choice. How was I going to respond to him? And because I know who I want to be, hard as it was to not be more free with my words, I was able to really scale back and just say, okay, you know what? We're going to make the best of it. And it is what it is. So that's the second question. Who do you want to be? Third question, what do you want to do? This is not just your job. Think about your everyday life. What do you want to be doing in your life? Do you want to be sitting in front of a computer? Do you want to be painting? Do you want to be making balloon animals? Right? What do you want to do? What do you want to be able to do? So I want to have resources and flexibility to go on adventures with my family and to live a very generous life. I want to be in a position to see a need. That when I see a need, I don't just tell people I'm going to pray for you or pray with them, which is valuable, incredible, tremendous. And in addition to praying with them and for them, I want to have the ability to meet that need if I can and if they would let me. Right? I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to go on adventures with my family and make memories. So what do you want to be able to do? Sometimes this is also a physical health thing, right? Because we might be not in the physical health to be able to do certain things, but we want to be. For example, I threw my back out somehow 2 days ago. And I mean, I can hardly sit on my tailbone. I have to yank myself up with my arm to get up. I have to support myself as I'm sitting down. I mean, it has been a nightmare. And I have to go to a physical therapist to hopefully help me get back. So I want to be in a physical health position that I can do things and not have to worry about my back, right? I want to be able to drive or sit in a car, and I want to be able to run and lift weights, and I want to be able to play golf. I can't play golf. My back is thrown. So think about those things. What do you want to do isn't just your job, but think about your time, your 24 hours in a day. Some people, they just want to sleep. That's a big win for some people. Some people can't sleep through the night. Write that down. I want to sleep peacefully for 8 hours a night, whatever it is, right? What do you want to be remembered for? Imagine yourself. We're going to do a little imagination game. And if you're by yourself, if you're not driving, close your eyes. If you heard my last talk last year, I did something like this throughout the whole webinar. But imagine yourself at your funeral service, and there are people there celebrating your life and also mourning the loss of you. Imagine the people who are there, who you want to be there, who you would invite, and hopefully they can come at your funeral service. And you can hear them and see them, but they can't hear or see you. Okay? What do you want to hear them saying about you? How do you want to be talked about, especially when you're gone or you're not in a room? So we've heard it said that people may not remember what we tell them, but they will always remember how we make them feel. I remember this a lot with my kids because I place very big value on knowledge, so I'm always wanting to teach them something. Whether it's chores, how to clean up after themselves, how to leave things better than they found it, how to make money, how to create a business. We helped our 13-year-old when she was 12 start her own business so that she can generate money. So we can teach them a bunch of things, but I always have to remember half of these things they may not remember when they get older, but they're always going to remember how I made them feel. So when they make a mistake, how I respond is really important because they're going to remember how I made them feel when they were down. They're going to remember how I made them feel when they were up. And that's true for everyone we interact with. And that's how they're going to remember us, right? If we say we're going to be somewhere at a certain time and then we're not, and then it's a repeated action, is that what we want to be remembered for? Or is that a behavior we really want to invest energy to change because we don't want to be remembered like that? Do we want to be remembered as a person who was available or not available, right? Whatever's important to you. There is no right or wrong answer, but what do you want to be remembered for? Do you want to be remembered for inventing something? Because if that's truly a desire, then maybe it's time to start carving out time every day to invest in that. How are we leaving people to feel after they've interacted with us? What do we want to be remembered for? So let's do a quick review of these questions. Just 4, super simple. What do you want to have? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? A good way to answer this too is what do you want to not do? What do you want to be remembered for? All right, so now how do we create a why statement from that? Super easy. If you are a writer and this is a great challenge for you, then take a little bit from each answer and create a concise 2 to 3 statement. If you want some help, we have this thing called ChatGPT, which is awesome. All you have to do is copy and paste each question and in your answers, put it in ChatGPT. Before you paste it, say, create a concise why statement using the information below, and then paste your question and answers, hit enter. Depending on the amount of your answer, it's going to give you between 1 to 5, 6, 7 statements. And then you can use that as a starting point and just edit it. That's exactly what I did on mine. And help you create a why statement and look at it. Your why statement should move you to tears or laughter, some type of emotions. It should invoke feelings when you read it, as you're reading it, whether it's making you smile or cry or laugh, run around, or all of the above, because your feelings that it's invoking will motivate you. If it doesn't do that, you got to rewrite it. And it's probably not the way it's written. It's probably the answers you gave it. So just keep tapping in until you're getting to your most vulnerable, raw answers, so that once you create this why statement using ChatGPT and you read it, it is literally your deepest desires, dreams, or even fears on paper that moves you. This is one of the things that feel free to send me a follow-up email on if you're like, hey, here's my why statement. What do you think? Now, if you want to take it a step further, using that why statement, so all the answers to your questions, now you can create a vision board. Let's talk about vision boards, okay? I have this quote right here up for you to see. A vision board is a visual representation of your dreams, desires, and goals. It's a way of solidifying your intentions and making them tangible so that you see them every day and remember to act on them. A vision board makes our desires real. It makes them real. It puts a face on them, puts a picture on them. And when we can see it, it has greater power to inspire and motivate us to take action. A vision board is not a magic genie that brings to life whatever you put on it. But what it does, it actually can help activate the neurons in your brain so that you start hyper focusing on those desires and turn them into goals, and then turn those into actions, turn them into habits. It starts with the thoughts. And the more you look at your vision board, the more you internalize it into your subconscious, it will actually build faith and confidence and direction that solidifies your yes and makes your no's easier. What I mean by that is the more it gets into your subconscious, because you're looking at it constantly, as opportunities or challenges present itself, because it's been so inundated in your subconscious, you just already know what you're like, yes to this, or no to this, or like, yes, this is a challenge, but that's fine. Or this looks like a good opportunity, but no, that doesn't align with who I am and what I want, where I want to go. The more you internalize it into your subconscious mind is where your deepest motivations live. It's how life actually directs your life, or your subconscious thought. So I'll share a couple of things on my vision board. So here's one that I've shared a few times because it's pretty awesome to be an immigrant and a homeowner. The desire started in 2018. I put it on my vision board in 2019, and then I purchased my first home in 2020. So what happened actually is I was super happy living in my Dallas city apartment, but there were a couple things that happened in life that really made me start desiring this, buying a house, because it was just me. I was single, so I got a puppy. So when I got a puppy, you know how puppies are, every 2 hours they gotta go to the bathroom. And when you live in a city apartment, you have a little tiny balcony. And I did buy him one of those like washable type of fake grass thing, but those are awful. They smell. You still have to clean it, and it's awful. So that didn't last long, and it wasn't my preferred way. So as I'm training my puppy, I had to keep going down 3 flights of steps to take him every couple of hours if I wanted to train him and I didn't want him to have an accident. And I mean, this would happen at midnight, at 2 a.m., at 4 a.m., and I was it's like having a newborn if you ever had a puppy, right? I was so over it. And I so longed and desired to just have a backyard where I can just open the door and let him out. That was like heaven at that time, instead of having to pick him up, take him 3 flights of stairs, have a flashlight with me when it's dark, take him to the grass, pick him up again, go back up 3 flights of steps, come in, and then go back to bed, all through the middle of the night. That was one thing. The second thing is I had family who just moved from the Philippines to California, and then they came to Texas to visit us, and I didn't have anywhere for them to stay. So they came to my apartment, visited me. So I gave them my bedroom and I slept in the living room. And I just kept thinking, I'm like, man, this is one reason why I would want to have a house, so that when people come to stay, family, friends, I have somewhere for them to stay comfortably. Second reason. So the third reason is really what pushed it is I wanted to have room for my mom to be able to stay with me if she wanted. Right. And my mom had retired and everything. And, in my apartment there, she really never just came and visited to stay. She lives in Dallas with, not too far from me, but I didn't have anywhere for her to stay if she wanted to come visit or even live with me for a certain amount of time. So I started dreaming about having like a second master suite so that she would have somewhere comfortable to stay and leave her stuff and come and go as she wanted. So I started the desire started in my heart in 2018. I finally started finding pictures of houses that moved me in 2019. And then by June 2020, I signed the contract for my first home. Here's the most recent one that I'll share is traveling. I just put this on my vision board last month, which is not this picture, but what I put on my vision board was a desire to travel with my entire family. And here's why that's a big deal to me is because we have two dogs. One of them is an English bulldog. The other one is a German Shepherd Husky, and he's a rescue. So we can't just leave them with anyone. The German Shepherd and Husky mix, he freaks out. He gets super anxious because he's a rescue dog. So we can't just leave him. We can't even board him. He cries and he gets super anxious, and some places won't even take him. And so whenever we go out of town, my mom watches our dogs for us. So she can never go out of town with us and go places with us because she watches our dogs. So I was like, I would love to go on a trip where everyone goes so we can make memories together. So you can imagine that took a lot of planning, and that desire really started in 2023. I put it on my vision board last month, and then it happened last week when we went to Colorado Springs, and my best friend also got to go with us. There's definitely power in that visualization when you put it on your vision board. So I'll end with this quote from Mark Twain. To bring your vision board to life, remember this: the secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks, and then starting on the first one. So I want to leave you with this. Start with those 4 questions to create your why statement. Use ChatGPT to help you consolidate everything, and then just pick one thing. If creating a whole vision board is overwhelming for you, just create one thing. Find a picture of one thing that you want to see come to life in your life, and then put that somewhere where you can see it every day. You can even make it the background on your phone. So start with that. And I guarantee you it's going to change your life. So what if that one thing that you found a picture for comes true next year or even next month? Change your life. Thank you so much for listening. Here's my email, as promised. If you have any questions for me, there's my email, there's our office number. And Deshawn, I'm going to hand it back to you. Oh, I think you're muted. Let me unmute. There you
Can
go.
you see me?
I can see you. I can hear you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for doing this for us today. I was over here on ChatGPT, uh, working on.
I think I'm still sharing my screen. Sorry, Deshawn. There we go. Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah, I can't see you. We're good. I was over here on ChatGPT working on mine, so I'm gonna have to send it to you in an
Yay!
email so we can talk about it.
I would love that.
So if any of our listeners have any questions, I didn't see any come in so far. Having any lingering questions or thoughts sparked by today's conversation, we encourage you to put them in the chat, or definitely send them over to Christene at her email address, so that y'all can have that conversation. She can help you get to where you're trying to get to. So as we conclude today's session, we want to thank Christene again for an outstanding insight into the power of understanding your why in shaping your financial journey. Your why truly does drive your success, and Christene illustrated that concept brilliantly. So thank you. Before I let everyone go, I want to look ahead we're excited to announce the upcoming FinServ Summit happening in Raleigh, North Carolina on April 18th. This summit serves as a hub for housing and economic insight, fostering collaboration that propels progress. So join financial service professionals from across the region as we dive into the market updates, sponsor updates from our host sponsor, VRM Mortgage Services, and best practices to elevate your organization. Registration is now open and it's only $59.95 to attend. So visit councilforinclusion.org to secure your spot and discover more about this invaluable opportunity. And for the ones who are not able to join us in Raleigh, stay tuned for the more upcoming events, particularly in a location near you. And remember, if you know a champion in the DEI space and diversity, equity, and inclusion space, and they deserve some recognition, visit our website to nominate them for our esteemed DEI awards. Christine was our 2022 recipient, along with some amazing other champions in the space. So if you know someone, please get on to our website and nominate someone. So thank you again for being a part of our FinServ community. We eagerly anticipate seeing you in Raleigh on April 18th for what promises to be a transformative event. Until then, stay engaged, stay inspired, and let's continue striving for inclusivity and excellence in the financial services industry. My name is Deshaun Turner. Thank you for joining us today and have a fantastic week. Bye bye.